Hello and welcome back to Seeker Slayer Survivor. So, we have two more to get. We have the Seeker and the Survivor. Now I'm going to try and do the Survivor first because I want to leave the Seeker. So, let's have a look at Tai o Waiapu. See what's going on in here. A long, arid expanse stretches before you, bordered on either side by dry, jagged cliffs. A handful of sharp-leaved trees and scraggly shrubs share the landscape, but the miles are otherwise desolate. In the darkening distance, you make out a faint red glow high among the stony I've never seen that. Promontories? Okay, let's ask our companions. Anyone got any thoughts? Oh, I have to ask a specific one. Let's ask Constantine. I mean, he's the guy who's been around, you know. Constantine peers into the valley and frowns. Looks like a lonely place to die. Alright, anyone else? Takehu? I say the gods love a challenge, and there is none better at pushing mortals to their limits. Takehu shields his eyes and scans the horizon. Zoti? Surely this is a test from the gods. Fine, I'll prove my devotion and my endurance anytime. And Edier. Edier frowns down at the length of the gorge. Not only looking forward to it, but the only way we're getting through to the end of that valley is through it. Okay, spyglass. They had nothing useful to say. You set your spyglass southwards towards the distant peaks. Through the lens, you see no reddish light at all. You lower the instrument and the strange illumination reappears. Perhaps it's a natural illusion, some kind of trick of the atmosphere. Well, I mean, I guess we're going to press in further. You pick your way among the dry stones and thorny brush. You swipe at stinging insects and scare off hissing lizards. The land itself seems set against you. The valley narrows for a time to the point where only two kith can walk abreast. You approach an ancient structure of stacked stone. The stones appear precarious. Okay, so we can send somebody ahead who's strong, so that could be Edier. We could blast it with magic, or we can carefully go through with athletics. Let's send somebody strong ahead. I mean, Edier's, well, maybe. What's our athletics like? Oh, only we could do that one. Well, no. Or we can blast it. Let's send Edier ahead. He's fairly strong. We're also fairly strong, apparently. But we can send Edier. The island shudders and the rocks fall from the wall. Edier manages to ward them off without difficulty. Your compatriot frowns at you and sighs. Let's check the glow. You made some progress down the valley, but the light still seems distant. You still with me? Wait, Edier? Edier frowns, working at the bandage with dirty fingers. I live yet, and we're getting closer to the end of this place. Okay, let's press in further. You continue on, forging ahead against the hostile environment. As you make your way forward, the pebbled earth shifts out from under you, plunging you into a hidden crevasse. Takehu grabs you and hauls you back up to solid ground. Wincing, Takehu cradles one arm. Maybe this one's random, or maybe it chooses whoever has the lowest athletics. Oh no, he doesn't have as low as we do. Oh no, he does. He has lower. He has 0. I think we have 1, so yeah, it must be how it chooses that one. You still with me, Takehu? Takehu raises his finger to form an answer, then abruptly heaves forward to vomit into the sand between his feet. He blinks up at you and parts his lips with a weary attempt to smile. Akira, I am fine. You? Yes, let's press further. You continue on, forging ahead against the hostile environment. A wide crevasse opens before you, spanned by a line of old rope. Well, what's our shimmy chance? We can use Eddie, or let's use him. You shimmy across the gorge without difficulty. We don't need to ask if anyone's still with us, we're good. Check on the glow. It still seems distant. Alright, let's press further. You continue on, forging ahead against the hostile environment. A boulder blocks the path, and you have to push it out of the way. You succeed, but as it rolls aside, it crushes Takehu's hands. Oh no, Takehu! Cradling his hands to his chest, Takehu begins to lag behind. Oh no. You still with me, Takehu? I can't ask. Oh no. Checking it low, it's still distant. Alright, let's press further. You continue on, forging ahead against the hostile environment. Darkness falls as you continue deeper into the valley. The footing seems even more treacherous in the gloom, and soon enough, Edier slips and falls, head knocking hard against the stone ground. You help your companion up, only to be waved off. I'm fine. But Edier's progress has noticeably slowed. Okay, the glow. You travel quite far into the valley. It does seem to stretch far behind you as it does ahead. Well, further in then. Continue on, forging ahead against the hostile environment. You find the valley. Beyond, partitioned off by a veritable wall of dry brambles. So I can burn them, or I can push through with my perception. Well, we have incredible perception, so let's use that. You carefully make your way through the plants, avoiding lashing thorns and whipping vines. Think we're almost there. How are you holding out? Anyone remaining? Zoti? Hands on her hips, panting, Zoti shakes her head. It didn't matter I had scrapes, bruises, or bones poking out my skin. Uncle Angbert always told me the same darn thing, walk it off. So don't worry about me, I'll keep going right up until I'm dead. Okay, further in. You continue on, forging ahead against the hostile environment. As you push further towards your goal, what initially seemed to be a heavy blush of exertion across Constantine's face grows into an increasingly weeping rash of broken sores. Okay, we got alchemy, we can try and make something to help. It takes time to find the right herbs, but soon Constantine's boils and sores have been smoothed. How are you holding out, Constantine? Yeah, doing well. Constantine wipes the sweat from his brow and grimaces. Alright, let's press further. Continue on, forging ahead against the hostile environment. Sweat-soaked and utterly exhausted, Constantine begins to lag behind, muttering quietly about putting one foot before the other. Alright, Zoti, you're the last one with us. How you doing? Well, it's the same as before. Let's press further. Continue on, forging ahead against the hostile environment. As you trudge along the valley floor, the sun beats down on your party, blistering Zoti's skin. You notice your companion beginning to slow behind you. Alright, Lidlow. We have to press further. Continue on. When you finally reach the end of the valley, it almost comes as a surprise. The cliffs loom above you, crowned by their faint red illumination. Or perhaps it's simply the glow of the setting sun. So we can use our constitution to climb the cliff, we can try and use our athletics, or we can check on our group. Though the remainder of your party lags some ways behind, they're more or less keeping pace. Con? We got 9 con, or, can I see how this looks? 1. Well, I guess we're trying our 9 con climb the cliff. After the ordeal that lies behind, the climb up the rock face taxes your dwindling reserves. By the time you reach the top, your muscles ache, your mind swims, and your vision blurs. We were injured. You're alone at the top of the promontory when you hear something moving around a nearby rock. Okay. I'm gonna wait and observe. The red glow grows as its source comes into view. The necklace crafted from a shard of vermilion adra. The necklace hangs from the tusk of one of the largest boars you have ever seen. Well, hopefully I don't have to fight it alone and injured, but if it's one-on-one, we got a chance. It's not a big chance, but a chance. The large boar, its quills bristling, snorts and stamps its hoof.
That's a big pig.
That's an understatement. The beast is taller than you are, much heavier, all muscle, bone and tusk. Well, we got diplomacy. Who's a good boar? Who's a good little-ish boar? The boar clumps over, eyeing you warily. It sniffs at you, then snorts. Let's pet it. The boar cringes slightly as you move in to scratch it behind the ear, but as you pet it, it relaxes, pressing its head into your palm, softly nuzzling at your belly. I'm going to take the necklace from the boar's tusk. The boar blinks quizzically as you remove the necklace from its tusk. End the dialogue. We've survived, I think. The wispy, shimmering form of an Amawa approaches you cautiously, their posture crouched and wary. Numerous scars and burns dot the soul's lanky limbs, but their face is a diffuse blur, devoid of defined cheekbones and jaws.
An Amawa soul! Do you see him? Or her? Them?
So that may live?
The figure gesticulates as if to speak, but only distorted fragments reach your senses. So that may live. Okay. Did you perish here? Are you trying to tell me something?
Stare death in the face. Survive. Toamawai requires a champion.
Okay.
Learn from that relic. Grow as hard as it, that you may live to restore the crucible.
The figure lurches forward, its posture urgently pleading, but no words are spoken and the form dissipates into nothing.
Well, that happened.
Any idea who that was?
Hard to say. The surviving face, perhaps, or a soul connected to it.
Were you able to understand it any better than I was?
I speak spirit, not crazy. It's like it was reaching out from somewhere far away.
Alright, let's go.
I'll bet we learn more by completing the trials.
Okay. Oh, and we can see our companions who were lagging behind.
Don't see why not.
I like it. I think we should rest here, would be my guess. We do have crafting we could do. I just realized from that bit where it's like, here's some crafting you could do. But, well, we haven't done any, major crafting up to this point, so I don't know why it would change now. Right, I want to rest. We have enough rice for everyone. Let's rest. Right. Little rice and all those broken bones just fade away. Right. Head out. And that means we've got one left. The Seeker. Although, I am going to head out. Wait, I think we just left the burial sites alone, usually, when we arrived at them. Yeah, we generally just left the burial sites alone. And it's the same as all the others, so that's fine. So we're going into the Kohetakana expanse. The deeper you travel into the island's southwestern wilds, the denser the jungle becomes. The air thickens heavy with humidity, and the impenetrable canopy allows only the faintest light from the sky above. The path narrows into gloom before you, the persistent drone of insects subsiding into soft whispers on the edge of hearing. A twig snaps in the distance. You hear that? Constantine asks. Silence falls. The dwarf hugs his arms around himself and frowns. He gives me the goddamn creeps. Alright, let's enter the forest. Tendrils of grey fog creep across the roots and vines, slowly rising, reaching as you push further into the island's expanse. The air grows opaque, and the quiet murmurs carry on the faint breeze. Just as it reaches its thickest, the fog morass parts like a curtain, revealing again the path before you. It forks to the left and the right, each path looking roughly as passable as the other. Well, no reason not to inspect even if we fail, right? On you go, Edier. There is no hint of tracks here, neither animal, wilder, or kith, as if this trail has never been travelled. Okay. The paths to either side seem uncannily similar, almost symmetrical, as if a pane of glass runs between them, one the reflection of the other. The trees bend above like long, many-jointed legs, and their limbs intertwine with vines to an impenetrable tangle. So we can go left or right. I'm gonna go right. You follow the trail, and quiet rustling sounds murmur from the obscurity of the undergrowth. The path forks again before you. Between the two paths you find a simple statue, a stone pedestal topped with the many-eyed face of the Seeker. Let's examine it. The statue has clearly been standing at this fork for ages, the lines weathered and the details worn away by the elements. Moss grows across the base, and vines hang down from the spider-like head. The Seeker's eyes stare at you, unblinking. Yet, everything about the sculpture, down to the draping foliage, seems impossibly symmetrical. Everything except one eye missing from the statue's left side. Alright. History lesson time, Takehu. The Seeker is rendered with an eye missing, or perhaps the eye has been removed since. The statue's defaced by some other contestants in the island's games. Takehu examines the figure. Strange, isn't it? The Seeker always being presented as blinded. Partially so, anyway. Think the Seeker's cult respects the blind any more than the Seeker's, than the Slayer's the feeble? Alright, so if we came in, we come into this place and we go right. If we go right again, we're leaving, so I'm going to go left, so we're heading further in. To left. As you press deeper into the jungle, the path narrows as if the trees were looming ever nearer, threatening. They almost seem displeased with you. The surrus whispers in the woods grow, sounding less like insects and more like the chittering of some unseen audience. A rush of shifting leaves above serves as the only warning you get before the massive bulbous form of a giant spider descends from the canopy. With impossible quickness, its legs wrap around Edir before the beast descends again into the shadowy recesses above. Edir shouts, go abruptly silent. Edir! Captain, that thing has a head start on us! Takehu whirls around in breathless panic. The path broadens and splits before you, impossibly returning you to a very familiar fork. Between the two paths, you find a simple statue, a stone pedestal topped with the many-eyed face of the Seeker. Let's just have a look and see whether it's the same. It's definitely this. That's a different eye that's missing, right? I'm sure it was the other one. Unless I'm going crazy. Right? I think that's a different eye. I'm going to take the left trail again. The jungle grows darker as you press ever more deeply into its heart. The path forks again before you, and while the split looks slightly similar to the last, you can tell it bears enough differences to suggest you're making progress. Between the two paths you find a simple statue, a stone pedestal topped with the many-eyed face of the Seeker. Let's have a look at it again. I'm going to go left again. The jungle grows deeper. The path forks again before you, and while the split looks different than the last, you can tell it bears enough differences to suggest you're making progress. You find a simple statue. I'm going to go right. The eye is switched. You continue into the growing gloom. To every side grow gargantuan trees, their upper branches disappearing into the darkness above, and the path winds among their bases, each as broad as the castle's turrets. The path separates again, but this time there's no plinth and no bust of the Seeker. Instead you find yourself a third path central, between two others. While the paths to either side appear almost reflections of one another, the central path looks cramped and overgrown. It descends into a dark cave. Well, obviously, yeah, let's go. You enter the cave, making your way through the winding darkness. For a time you hear nothing save your own breathing. Then the whisper of insects draws you forward, growing gradually until it almost sets the air to humming. after 13 hours in the cave? The cave disgorges you into the jungle. Though the darkness is so deep, you do not at first realize you've emerged. The chittering of mandibles and movement of heavy, many-jointed limbs echo above and around you. Let's search for enemies. You see nothing to attack, nothing likely to attack you. Let's continue forward. The path broadens before abruptly terminating in a broad open clearing. For a moment, it seems as if the jungle itself is aglow, each tree limned in faint green. But then you see the source of the illumination, a skull, almost afire with soul energy. Yet no chance to retrieve it, however, as spiders descend upon you from the darkness above. Alright, fight without Eddie potentially, or can we talk to the spider? This doesn't look like a talkie-talkie situation. Does look like an Eddie's over there situation. Okay. Let's quick save.
Yeah.
Watch your step.
All right.
Sneaky, sneaky. Can I move Eddie?
What do you need?
I can completely and totally move Eddie. Okay. Jump.
Quit this.
Go. Okay. So we're using our bow, so we're fairly good to just shoot one. Let's use Pierce the Bell on the Dire Weaver in the center. Zoti, you're gonna unstealth. And use that to get in. Constantine. Unstealth. We got anything we won't need you to cast immediately? Not really. Maybe one of those on that one. And then Takehu. Ice Pillar on top of Edir. Yeah. And unstealth. Definitely unstealth. Right, go. No, Edir. This one. Yeah. We can rearrange that to cast here. There we go. No. There. Can't see it. I see. Take a step to the side. Cast like that.
No rush.
Are we looking good? Edir's fine. Zoti, we got anything I need to cast here? Might be overkill to cast anything too much.
If you have any
But we'll see.
Try this.
Okay. Nice. The hobbling's nice. The defenses are nice. One's dead. That looks like it hurt a little bit, but that's okay. Next one I want him to cast is the one that does lightning around him. Not that one. The one that's permanent lightning around him. Yeah. And then one of those.
I'm fixing.
Pretend you didn't see that.
That's fine. Right. Another one dead. Okay. Charge the Dire Weaver. Constantine, we got anything for you here? I might get you to just try and charm this one. We are going to shoot one of our powerful blinds on the Dire Weaver at the back. Nice. Okay. Oh, it was only for a turn. It got changed. That's fine. Okay.
This will not do.
So we should hopefully be able to kill that Weaver soon.
Guess they don't like my singing.
Charge it. And then you charge it.
Show 'em how it's
Nice, we got it. We're still shooting the Dire Weaver over here. We could use Pierce the Bell again to get more pen. Might as well.
How do you like that?
Right. That's fine. I know this isn't working right now for you, Takehu, but that's okay. I'm sure I can get you something in a second. Right. How about one of those? How do they feel about ice? They're okay with ice. Okay. Well, I'm okay with ice as well then. No. Cancel. Could go for lightning storm. That's fine. Just a little stun.
That never happens.
Didn't seem to work, but that's okay. How about entropy? No. Wall of frost, not what I'm looking for. Maybe this ocean burst to do crush damage? How does it feel about crush damage? As a resistance to it, okay. Blizzard? It's only got a 36% chance of hitting. Andra's whip? Sure. Andra's whip. Try that. Constantine? Maybe this one? Raw damage to foes in an area? That's raw damage. It's still got a low chance of hitting, but it's still raw damage. Yeah, let's see how that goes.
Not exactly.
Didn't work. Okay.
For
The Andra's whip appears to be working slightly, giving us the flanking bonus there. Okay, we could potentially chuck a blind on someone, or we could switch to our sword. Does slashing damage, as more of a resistance to that than piercing. Okay. Devastating blow? Maybe? Constantine's doing alright. I do potentially want to get him healed up soon, but he's doing fine. I might move Zoti over, actually.
I hear you.
And just drop a heal in. Nice. Okay. Good. This gives us more people attacking that one. And then this one should fall any second now. Good. Oh, more spawned out of that thing. Okay. Wait, and that one became a Dire Weaver. Oh, so we definitely have to kill all the Dire Weavers first. Useful to know. Okay. Well, that's very annoying, actually, that it did that. Let's use Quick to Rebel. No, not Quick to Rebel. That's not the one I want to use. How about I just use Lightning? Yeah, let's try a little lightning attack on it. We're going to chuck one of those spawns. Zoti, you got a spawn as well? Yeah. Takehu? Probably not Avenging Storm. Probably to just run over there.
Ulu, thin.
That's fine. We got a stun off. Might need to start getting healings going soon, but we should be fine mostly. Healing the health of allies and pushing enemies back. I don't really want to push the enemies back. I'm quite happy with them all being in the same spot. Could do Overwhelming Wave, which is more likely to hit here. Or here. Chuck an Overwhelming Wave in here. Right. Might help temporarily.
That's just rude.
Nice. Good number of stuns. Consecrated ground. Nice. Okay. So now we got all of ours on the Dire Weaver. And then we have these ones killing off the smaller weavers. I guess we need to kill the smaller weavers as well, don't we, actually? We need to kill them first. Now that I think about it, for 2 seconds. As if we don't kill them, then the big weaver is going to turn into the smaller weaver, and I'm going to run into the same issue. Alright. Killing the smaller ones, which is good.
And that's how it's done.
Just checking where he's shooting at. That's fine. Right.
This will not do.
Perfect. So if we could use a devastating blow on that one, that might work. We're out of more of those spells to cast. Something like that.
Try this.
Oh, change what you're doing. We don't need you to do that anymore. Instead, could do some like entropy. Let's try entropy. It's going to make it more likely that we get better hits on it when we hit it. Right. Shoot that one. Yeah, shoot that one.
Show them how it's done.
Nice. Did that apply? Entropy did apply. Good. Then we'll just do this one, which lowers its armor. Yeah, affecting the armor rating, which should help out quite a bit.
That was about as useful as a bump on
When
a
it
pickle.
hits, anyway. Did that work? No. In fact, it lost all of its negative stuff as well. Okay. Try that again.
Lesson.
Navarro, be on
Good and
Gotta have something here that
See.
works.
Nah, that's good. Rusted armor. Now we should start be able to get through it. That's better. Now we don't need to worry about the pen. And it should explode into 4, but that's okay.
Not even close.
Right? Yeah, we knew it was going to explode,
that
but
dog won't hunt.
there aren't any more big ones around. Okay, that's fine. Now we can start chucking on top some spells here. Yeah, let's use this one. Distracts foes and heals, because we can use that on everyone. Do we have anything here? Clean sweep, probably unnecessary. Constant 10. We could use our raw damage hit, or we could use one of the other ones here. How about this one? We just, that's an AoE one. And Zoti. Got anything good here? AoE wise. Probably not. We probably just want to use Consecrated Ground.
Yours to command, Captain.
Bullseye.
Nice. The damage starting to hit on top of them.
Do I look a little green?
Right. And then we want to go for... I don't know. Another one of those. See how it goes. Another AoE. Working well.
That was about as useful as a bump on a pickle.
Yep. Continually chucking in abilities on top of them.
Yeah.
And they're dead. Nice. Ooh.
Yours to command, Captain.
Okay. Grab the loot. Grab the loot.
Yeah? Need something?
Yeah, I was trying to click on the loot that was underneath you. Nothing
Real
else
quiet
here.
now.
That's not what I was looking for. It's a tab. Nah, okay. I was trying to see which button let me see what loot there was around, but I think we've already done that. Right. So this is the last thing we need. A soul shimmers before you, her faint glow unreflected by the trees. Flowing gossamer silks sheathe her form, and long black tendrils of hair crown her head.
Do you see her too?
Yeah.
My blade? It has found me once again.
An ephemeral hand reaches out to Marek's Amanth to grasp at the ancient dagger, but the soul stops short.
The crucible still serves its purpose, bringing Galawains devoted to battle, bringing battle to Galawains devoted. But a wound, a tear, festers in the heart of this place.
What kind of wound?
I ask you to risk life and limb in the crucible, but the desired outcome is not your death. The future of this place depends upon you seeking the champion's crown. Souls that prowl this island writhe in disharmony. Without your help,
The image falls silent as the woman's form loses definition. In the span of a breath, the apparition dissipates entirely, her words unfinished.
Oh, where'd you go? Hello, spirit lady?
Do you sense the turmoil she spoke of?
Not really, but I don't feel trapped here. Exactly. Not like she does. I came willingly, after all. Died willingly, I mean. And I've got you, right?
Any idea who it was?
Not a clue. Perhaps she was the Seeking Face. Or perhaps some other poor soul trapped here on Kazuari.
Well, let's go.
Perhaps if we complete the other trials, we'll find similar spirits. And hopefully they'll be a touch more cheerful.
We've already done those. But yeah, interesting that she actually was coherent, which makes sense, you know. She, out of the three faces, she was the one who was more about knowledge and seeking, you know. Makes sense they would be coherent. But, you know. Oh, that is a way out. Good. So, let's head out here. Hopefully it doesn't make me remember the route. But, it should be fine. And we are out. We have the other two faces. Time to head back to the Crucible and see what's happening over there. Right. Into the Crucible. I do still like that splash art. It's very cool. Although, yeah, Takehu looks weird. Well, let's see. Can I speak to her?
Contender?
I can. What about to Ingari?
Welcome back. I hope I can be of service, friend.
I've retrieved an artifact sacred to the faces of the hunt.
Well done. The final step is to place the offering into the pool of memories. I leave that honor to you.
Okay. Anything?
Contender?
Got an artifact?
Excellent. Place it in the pool of memories, as you did with the bloodied knife during your rite of passage.
Okay. Gonna quick save. Then let's do it. So we're looking to place the Seeker's one. Which is, of course... It's not the Cinder Shard. I think it's the Sought Soul. Yes, the skull pregnant with the soul stuff rests heavy in your grasp. You do not know whether it is the item that brought past Seekers to the forest or merely the remains of one Seeker who never made it out again. Okay. That then gets us these three. Neat. But I can now make the other offerings as well. Interesting. Oh, I thought that was green for a specific reason. It was green because I was highlighting it. And then this one as well. Interesting. So we have got a ton of different events to do. So what the spider want? 2 spider matriarchs and their respective broods are woven in ambush. Okay. And then we got Secrets of the Ooze, where there are oozes. Okay. Yeah, we got to navigate orbs. And then we got to recreate the final struggle of a Seeker contender slain by his rival Shade's minions. Okay, so the Shades as well. Okay. Huh. Then for the Slayer, you've got Changeling Dance, so... I guess that's Druids? Yeah. Then you got Stalgar and Cats. Something like that. Yeah. And all other sorts of felines. And then you got Naga. And the Survivor's Stand is... Guides... A Tide of Gulls. Okay. Then you got... Boars. Okay. Then... An overwhelming horde of constructs. Ah. And then Animancer's ill-conceived failsafe to even the odds. Interesting. Well, I'm going to end the episode there. Thank you for watching, and next time, we're going to jump into the Seeker's challenges. See you then. Goodbye.